Okay, thank you, Willem. Now it's my pleasure to give the floor to myself. The time I find back my slides. Well, I will try to give you a flavor of a little bit more concrete stuff, because in this two days you will discuss about bright ideas, innovation, new technologies. But at the end of the day, you have to demystify what a cloud is. And then I will probably take back my hat of being a CIO and having to buy a cloud solution. So, it's at the end of the day, the cloud is hosted in a data center and it has to be bound to the earth, right? So it's the cloud is kind of a commonplace. People use cloud computing or cloud most of the time without really knowing what's behind the curtains. If you want to have the flavor of what CIOs think about cloud, I mean, 80% of the CIOs have some form of infrastructure in their companies. They could start to say it's something like a cloud. 84% of the CIOs who have moved to a cloud system, they have seen their capex or their cost decreasing quite drastically, and 21% of the amount of annual savings for users who move to applications on the cloud can be seen. This is, of course, a kind of it's more US data, but I think you can transfer it easily to Europe. Because of the growth of the benefit of cloud computing that is becoming more prevalent now, you have 60% of the CIOs that put cloud solution to be implemented in their company as their top one priority. And they are your customers. So that's pretty important. And 33% of the IT budget of a company, which is most of the time the biggest budget in a company, is dedicated is estimated to be spent on cloud computing in 2013. So that's I mean, 1/3 of the investment on IT is on the cloud. And at the end of the day, where is the cloud actually? Many people think that the cloud is something magic that you just have to click and you have a collection of millions or thousands of PCs and hard disks everywhere, and everything is going to work perfect. Well, it's not that easy. If you have access to the usage growth of the internet from 2000 to 2012, the growth was by more than 500%. And you see the internet usage worldwide and the money behind this. So it has, in 12 years, which is not that long, it became a huge thing. And all in all, behind this, we speak about software quite a lot, but behind the curtain, you have a huge amount of hardware, hard disk, cables, and so on and so forth. And maybe something that you have to be aware of, and I've been colliding into this when I was again CIO of a company trying to implement a cloud from a physical perspective, is how do you select the place where you put a cloud? It's not necessarily downtown city where it's the most vibrant place. It's a place where the physics of the soil is good enough. It's safe. You have energy. You have a good climate. You have a high availability of infrastructure in terms of internet. You have cheap energy. You have, last but not least, a lack of intense law behind it. I mean, look at Google trying to place their clouds in Europe. They do not necessarily select the best place from a technical perspective, but from a privacy law perspective sometimes. Currently, if you have a look to what's going on in the US, well, Microsoft is running a data center which is 10 times the size of the football field, an American football field. you have currently 50 million physical servers in the world. They all have to be operated, so you have also people behind this. And Google is running 900,000 servers in certain data centers worldwide. And that's add up to 260 million watts, which is it's 0.1% of the global energy used to power 200,000 homes. So it starts to be quite significant. Behind the high tech, you are developing also discussing about cloud. You have kind of low tech sometimes, so you have to cool down these systems. You have to wire them. You have to bring all the resources to the place, and this is not easy. It is probably far less easy than what you are doing now because it's not very high technology, but it's a high potential for problems. The energy is becoming an important problem as well. I mean, you see the growing curves of the energy which is dedicated to cloud computing or to a data center, let's say, from 2007 to 2013, and it keeps increasing. And you know the problem we have with renewable energy moving from cheap to no cheap. That's becoming a problem as well. Safety also is an issue because most of the time the servers are in closed rooms. They have to be, they are heating the room. They have to be cooled down. You have a number of regulations to apply. It means that you cannot grow a data center just on your needs. You have to take care about doing this. It's not because you need to double the size of your data center that you will be able to do it in a week or so. So at the end of the day, and I will save time, it's important to know that behind all the concept, you have reality down to the earth. I give you the source of this, and please go to the Twitter ICT Lab and ID Challenge. Go to the hashtag FutureCloud also to interact with this today's meeting. Thank you.